I mean, with AI now, you can tell that the liver is inflated or it has a disease by looking into the retina, right? And so they take a picture of your eye, you put your eye in the machine, and the machine can read all through your body.
So the machine is AI programmed.
Exactly.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, YOUJAAMM Studio. Today we're going to talk about the AI. I mean, it's a new trend nowadays, especially since the ChatGPT came, that ChatGPT that everyone is talking about since it came out. I think it was November of last year. And today ChatGPT alone, it has more than hundreds of millions of users just on a monthly basis. Also, in terms of visitors, I think it's almost 2 billion visitors on a monthly basis. So I mean, AI is going to be a part of our life. So it's something that we decided then to talk about it today. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think of all the new AI stuff that keep coming out? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good thing? Yeah, so just share your knowledge, share your opinion so that we can just share it with our subscribers.
Yeah.
But guys, please, again, do not forget to subscribe, to like, and share our videos. All right, so.
I like that part. That's very important, guys.
Very
We need you
important,
to like, share, comment. But that's just by the way. Artificial intelligence. So for me, I think it has pros and cons, good and bad. I'll just share my experience or some examples of what I know it can do. So for instance, I once worked with an early startup company, and what they were doing with AI was to use AI to more like do liver diagnosis. As we all know, liver biopsy is the gold standard to determine if this liver is cancerous, if it's reached cirrhosis or stage D or whatever the case is. Biopsy means you take a piece of the liver, you put it under a microscope, and you look at how far the disease has gone. I mean, with AI now, you can tell that the liver is inflated or it has a disease by looking into the retina, right? And so they take a picture of your eye, you put your eye in the machine, and the machine can read all through your body.
So the machine is AI programmed.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the machine can tell if your liver is inflamed or you're at the stage of fibrosis, cirrhosis, whatever the case may be.
Just looking through your eyes?
Yeah, just looking through your eye. Because the retina connected to the CNS, the central nervous system, is connected to almost everything that runs in our body, right? Yeah. And so there are many diseases that can be, just uncovered by just looking into the eye. And so AI is a great, resource in that regard, I find. Downsides of AI, the way it's looking right now, I mean, a lot of jobs, customer service. I mean, there's so many things. And when I say customer service, shout out to all my customer service operators. Customer service, because with all the chatbots we have now on landing sites for web pages and all of that, and the automation, when you call, even a toll-free number, it's telling you what's your name, what you want to do, and you're talking to a machine, having a conversation with a machine, basically. I think that it will get to a point where some of these jobs may fade out. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert in this field. But the way I see the expansion of artificial intelligence, I see it being used in the health sector more. But then it can also take away some jobs. But this is just my opinion. Let's hear from the other guys. What you guys think?
Even to add to what you said previously, I've heard about that story. There was a guy on Twitter who was telling a story that happened to his kid.
Yeah.
He said his kid was sick and he went to so many different hospitals. And for some reason, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the kids. They just couldn't at all. They did so many different medical exams, but still couldn't find out what was wrong with the kid. The guy, what he did, he said that he combined, he collected all the medical exams that were conducted on the kid, and then he put all the results on ChatGPT. That same ChatGPT, we started using back in November. He put in all the information in there, and surprisingly, ChatGPT did the diagnosis and it came up with a result. And the guy took it to a medical doctor.
Right.
And they did the same thing. It happened exactly like what
What
ChatGPT
ChatGPT was
found out,
saying
it was
is like, right,
exactly
yeah.
that the kid has.
Yeah.
Imagine, man.
Yeah.
No, a whole. I don't know if I should even call it machine or what. I don't know exactly what is ChatGPT. I don't know what is behind it. If it's a set of codes,
it's a
but
program.
it's a program.
It's a program.
But yeah, that thing saving a whole kid life, man. Me, honestly, in my view, I think it's a good thing.
Right,
From the moment you can save somebody's life.
I think ChatGPT, I mean, just before the other guys jump in, ChatGPT has like trillions of training data that, it's able to recognize, and it has a quick response mechanism because of the amount of data that has been built into the program or the algorithm.
Right.
And so it will be hard, especially with the ChatGPT 4 and the ones that are yet to come. It will be hard for it not to know anything. It's almost very more intelligent than an average human being, right? So let's just hear what Alex and Noah think about it.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys said, and I think also like it should be used as reference, right? Like
as a reference for what?
Like you talk about like the kid that got his life saved thanks to ChatGPT, right? Like I think like can be used as reference, as Michael said. Like there's so many data in this program that it's impossible for one human mind to gather all those information there, right? So it, from my point of view, can be used as a book, like when you're studying for something, like you have a book open, right? And then you go there to see the references. So I think like it would be a great idea, given the amount of data there. And the only downside that I think ChatGPT will be causing is the effort, right? People won't be willing to give much effort anymore, especially in class, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
But do you think that's really a good thing or a bad thing for people to be lazy? I mean, nowadays,
it's
a good thing. How is it a good thing?
It's a good thing. Like from the moment the technology can ease my life, can make things easier in my life. Today we have dishwasher, but back then we used to use our hands to do the dishes. Today we have washer machines. We just put our clothes in, and then it does the job for us.
But
you can say that it makes us lazy, but
there's nothing educational like about like washing your clothes.
Yes,
true. But ChatGPT, like if you're supposed to learn something by doing it, and you're trying just to bypass it and just put it into a ChatGPT and just have a result, you're not actually learning. You just want to jump.
It's true you're not learning, but if you put in a certain perspective, like it's creating time for you elsewhere to use that time and do something else with it. Maybe you can use that time to go in the house fun with your family. Let's say, for example, something that will usually take you about 1 hour, 2 hours to do it so. And then you go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT does the job for you. You don't even need to think to. It does the job for you in a few seconds. I mean, you have more time now to
if it's something like really iterative that it's simple to do and you can do it faster. But if you try to I don't know, master a skill, do something, and you need to put in hours, and do it. That's true. But the only drawback that I see, I think Michael talked about it, was how ChatGPT or AI in general could actually replace some jobs. I think that was the same worry that people had in early 2000 when the internet came about. At first, they didn't like believe in it. Then they saw how it could actually,
enhance,
grow, economy or whatever. And for sure, it was able to maybe replace some jobs. But it was also exactly. So now, for example, when you're talking about customer services, before everything was in the stores, we can think of Amazon, for example.
Right.
At first, they were selling books. So you would think, okay, if they're selling books, now you go to a bookstore, they might, replace all those bookstores and people who rather, I guess, shop online than go into a physical bookstore. But now what you have data centers, you have fulfillment centers, you have people working there, you have, customer service agents over the phone. So it was able, to create many jobs around it. So I think that would be the same thing with AI. Maybe now it's a bit difficult for us to foresee. But let's believe in the economy and like in capitalism, so people and companies will find a way to make it work. For sure. So I think for me the real danger will be maybe all the data they're really collecting, because at the end of the day they will know us better than we know ourselves.
Exactly.
So they'll be able to sell us everything they want. And at the end, we're really driven by entertainment right now. So you just said you could use ChatGPT to do something, and after have
Time to do something
so leisure
else.
time with your family or whatever. So at the end, can make us lazy. Just avoid real hard work and rely on technology, and that technology is still behind. We don't know what to do with data. You don't know what
Actually,
they're
no.
trying to sell us. So at the end, it's
Another
for me that's a
question for you.
danger.
I know you are very good in tech stuff because you're a tech guy. Honestly, me personally, I just don't know what is even AI. Like, when I say I don't know AI, I know the definition of AI. They say artificial intelligence, and everyone says that. But I don't even know what is that artificial intelligence. I don't know what is the AI, like what is behind it. Is it codes? Because when it comes to, let's say for example, you want to build a website, you need to write a set of codes for the website to come alive.
Yeah.
But the AI, what is it? Is it codes and then you train? Because they say you train. I don't even know how all these things are done.
There's only
So
it's a
just
code.
explain it to me, just like I'm 5 years
It's
old.
a code for
You should
obviously
ask-
I'm not professional.
You should
but
ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. They'll come up with the best answer.
Question, man.
But the thing is, I believe it's just a code, and what you do, you just dump some data, and the way it's code, it will just use the data that you give it and try to figure out what is and what not. You know? I know for now, when you asking AI to maybe represent a human, like it can maybe do a man, a kid, whatever, but the hands can say. Right now, it's really difficult for AI to represent it like accurately.
Right.
So I think that's one thing. You just dump a lot of data on the code, and it will just learn, by itself.
Exactly.
Know how to.
It's a lot of training data that you would have to put in, and with all the startups in Montreal, shout outs to Montreal. Montreal is the AI hub of Canada, but with all the startups that are tech startups that are starting out, they're all looking for expansive training data, because that is what will make the algorithm robust, right? And so for any startup tool, for instance, SnapSmile, shout out to SnapSmile. SnapSmile is an AI-powered, company where, if you take photos of your mouth, they can tell you if you have to go see the dentist, if you have a cavity or whatever the case is. So, and it's powered through AI, right? Because they have to take millions, billions of images of a lot of people, and so when the algorithm recognizes that I've seen this kind of image before, and then it can tell you, well, what does this represent? Do you have an upper and root canal, or do you have to get to see the dentist immediately, or is it a toothpaste change, brush change kind of solution? So all of those things are things that we can talk about.
That's right.
Maybe in our next video, I think we should talk about the impact it's having on the environment, right? I read somewhere that GHG, greenhouse gas, that the impact of technology on the environment outweighs what we see from the planes, the carbon emissions from the planes, because it requires many data centers to run for us to even do a Google search inquiry, right? Like, things have to run, and the amount of energy needed to support those Microsoft data centers and all of those things, as we continue to rely on technology on internet, is massive. So that's another topic for another day.
Another time.
But guys, we want to hear your comments. Please like and share the video. If you like this comment, let us know. If you like this kind of content, let us know what you think about it in the comments. And until next time, please stay safe and peace out.
Peace out.